listening to In the Mix Prime with Lite N Lively.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lite N Lively back in the building for another edition of In the Mix Prime. We have a lot to talk about today. We're talking about taxes. It's tax season, people. Get ready. We have an accountant in the building to answer some questions. We got to talk about these Grammys and more. In the meantime, DJ Club Killer CK1 is in the building, and he's going to drop some tunes for us, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, people. What's going on? It's your girl Lite N Lively back in the building. It is Monday again. CK, how you doing?
Boy, I'm telling you, kind of down, you know.
Yeah, I know. We about to get into it, people. Yeah. So before we get into that, you know, I was saying that 2020 is not starting off too great. Don't know what's going on, but I had put up a message earlier on my Instagram live, and it's just a thing where I don't know, I just feel like it's not starting off on a good note, and I'm hoping that it changes around soon, right? Yeah. So I wanted to talk about the Grammys. Did you guys catch the Grammy? Well, before I get into the Grammys, today we're talking about taxes. It is tax season. If you don't already know, I have Gage Nestor in the building. He's an accountant. Say hi, Gage.
Hello, everybody.
So Gage is going to be parlaying with us today, and you guys, whatever questions you have. Shout out LB, what's up? He said, hey, what's up? No.
Oh, what's up?
Whatever questions you guys have, the phone number is 718-785-5760. I'm going to try to get through the show without coughing because I'm still trying to get rid of this annoying cough that I've had for, you know, a couple weeks now.
It's not that thing from China, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Please don't make me laugh. I can't.
Sorry.
Excuse me, I can't. Oh, gosh. No. Okay. I haven't been to China.
Okay.
But I heard about that. It's like it's always something. I had the flu, and I already took the antibiotics. I already was on the Z-Pack. Okay, I finished taking the medicine and what have you. So I'm fine. It's just this cough. It's like I can feel it on my chest. Anyway, so that's what's happening today. So we got Gage in the building who has done some work for me. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And I'll just say what we did, it was so smooth. I have no issues. And it was very professional, and I'll just leave it at that for now. We're going to, fast forward later to the accountant talk. But for right now, we need to talk about these Grammys. Who saw the Grammys other than myself? Anybody see the Grammys?
Yeah.
Did you see the Grammys? I know you're too busy.
I was working.
Okay.
I watched it.
Okay, here's a couple of things that I got to say about the Grammys. First of all, the performances were great. Everyone pretty much did a phenomenal job. I was in tears. There was a performance by Camila Cabello.
Was that the one with the singing to her father?
Yes.
Oh, I saw that.
God.
That's the only thing I caught because I was turning the channel and I saw that.
She sang that song.
That was nice.
And at first, I didn't understand who she was talking about. But then when you started seeing the footage on the side, I was like, oh my God, is that her as a baby? It was so cute. Shout out to everybody on the Instagram Live, Facebook Live. What's up, people? Now, this song, and I'm going to tell you why it touched me. Okay, a lot of girls do not have their father. Okay, unfortunately, there's a lot of females out here walking around with daddy issues. Okay, I'm just putting it out there, right? Because, they didn't have a father growing up, but that was the sweetest. It was so sweet, and it was just like, damn. It just, it was very touching.
Yeah.
It was very touching.
I see that one.
CK, you're a dad.
Yeah.
So tell me how you felt with that song, because I was like...
It's like, yo, that's, they say she's gonna sing a special song to someone. I thought it might have been an ex-boyfriend or like I actually thought maybe her son. I thought she was pregnant at first, but then I seen the footage.
Right.
I was like, yo, I wish my daughters. I hope my daughters would make a song for me. Like
yeah, it was so sweet, and this is just it lets you know how important. It's not always just about the moms, but there are some fathers who are present in their daughters' lives and make that effort to spend time. And I think every girl should know that feeling of having a man. And the song is called First Man. And I don't know why I played myself today, and I was watching it over, and I started crying all over again. I was like, oh my God. All right, so that was one. Demi Lovato.
I think I missed that one.
Listen, so Demi.
Does she play the piano? She was
No, the one that plays the piano, that's her. Her killed it too.
Oh.
But Demi Lovato, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Is she the one that had on
with the big white dress?
Okay, yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
She
said she
I had
prays.
goosebumps.
She said she feels stupid praying.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of deep.
But you know what? That's real. That was so real.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know who Demi Lovato is, she's an artist, and she almost overdosed.
Yeah, she overdosed
a little while ago. She almost died from an overdose, and Lord knows what she was going through, and we know that a lot of people in entertainment have OD'd, drugs, going through stuff. And when she sang that song, you guys can find it on YouTube. Go back on YouTube and watch that performance. It was crazy. Like, the goosebumps just came out, and it's like I felt her pain.
Yeah, I felt it for her.
Because, so she's basically saying that she's praying and nobody hears her anyway.
Yeah.
And the notes that girl was hitting, I was like, kudos to her, because I don't even know how she got through that performance. But, how many times have we been going through some things and we might have felt like God is not listening because things are rough. Yeah. Things are rough. So, I don't know, Gage, have you ever been in a situation? He's like, put him on the spot. He's like,
It's all about prayer. It's all about prayer. Yeah, you always, everything. I always say, we just like, we walk like in Jesus' path. We always we fall, and we got to just pick up. We just got to get up again. We got to get up. As many times we fall, we got to get back up.
Definitely. And we got to keep going. Yep, and it's faith. It's about faith. Yeah. And sometimes, like, you feel like, that song, if y'all did not see that performance, please go catch that. And okay, I'll set it off. I'll save the other part for the set off, because I was confused about one of them. But what's this girl's name? She opened the show. Gosh.
Okay, Lizzo. Yeah, she killed it.
Lizzo killed it, and I'm glad that she had clothes on for the most part this time, because everybody was talking about the performance that she did somewhere, and she was kind of scantily clad, and people had a problem with it. But more power to her. Big girls rock too. It's like, but Lizzo could move. She can move. Okay, I'm not mad at Lizzo. And Alicia Keys held it down as the host, and it was just overall. It was cool. I mean, I wasn't mad at the Grammys last night.
What about that country singer who sung the song about "Don't Send Me Flowers"?
The green hair?
No, she says.
Oh yeah, Bonnie Raitt, I think. Was it?
Like that. Yeah.
The older woman, Bonnie Raitt. Okay.
That was. Don't send me flowers when I'm gone. Send me them now while I'm alive.
Right. Exactly. So.
Like, wow.
Listen, one thing I'm just gonna put out there is music is universal, and I think that everybody, I don't care where you from, everybody could relate to everything that was going on last night, whether it was country, hip hop, whatever. And then Nas came out with Nas X. That was
Did you see Cardi B's face?
Who's Cardi? That was a little surprising. I was not expecting that.
Cardi
But
B
hey.
face was crazy. But,
I didn't see Cardi B's face, but
big up Nas and Nas X.
Nas, you a G for that. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna just leave that one alone because I don't want to say the wrong. I don't want to upset nobody, but I guess I don't know if Nas is excuse me trying to come back. Excuse me. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but okay. He just, I don't know. Okay, y'all gotta go back and watch the Grammys, but there was a lot going on, right? So, for those of you joining us, we're talking about the Grammys, and I'm trying not to. Sorry, I'm still getting over this little cough. I'm fine though. Now set it off, just in case you guys don't know what the set it off is. This is the part of the show where I kind of talk about some things that I don't understand and that might have kind of got on my nerves a little bit. So with that being said, DJ. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to try to make this quick because we got some questions about, excuse me, gosh, let me just make it to the show. I got some water. Sorry, guys. There was one performance on the Grammys. What's this guy's name? Tyler, the Creator. Okay. First of all, I've never heard of him. That's one. Sorry. Just because I haven't heard of him doesn't mean he doesn't exist. But I felt uncomfortable watching him. I was like, what is going on? Because he came out with this blonde wig with the, I don't even know what haircut that was. And then he had all his little clones walking around stage and all that. There was a lot of fire and there was a lot of, I thought he was going through a convulsion or something. I didn't know what was happening. And I thought it was like devil music. It just sounded like a cult thing. Like, okay, this is my personal, all right, my personal, shout out Errol. I know, he's like, get some water, I'm choking. My personal take on it. I wasn't expecting it, especially when you don't know who the person is, and it was just a little disturbing at first. It was a shock to my system, so I didn't understand it. But hey, to each his own. I was just saying how music is universal. Some people like it. I ain't one of them. Sorry, but congratulations on your Grammy. You got anything to say, TK?
Yeah, I don't really know too much about him like that. I probably played one or two of his songs, but that was crazy. It was kind of crazy.
I'm just like,
but,
what the hell kind of devil
he
music?
was saying that hip hop didn't really embrace him, so he kind of went and created his own lane, and
But I mean,
it's crazy. It was definitely different. Definitely.
What kind of genre is that though? I mean, excuse me.
Some of it is like,
I mean, it's hip hop, kind of rock, like a fusion, hip hop rock type of.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Crazy.
It was a little crazy for me.
I was trying to listen to the lyrics. That's why I couldn't really make out the lyrics at times because it was so much like effects on his voice. You know what I mean?
Like the auto-tone type of.
It was literally.
I was
you know
like,
what I mean?
what in the hell is happening? Sorry.
But I guess there's a message in every song, man. There's gotta, I'll listen to it.
I'm gonna show and, on a break. I'm gonna show you.
I'll listen back and see what he's saying.
I was like, the song was called Earthquake, not Earthquake. Earth. Mm-hmm. He spells
ERFF.
I can't. Okay, that was the name of the song. But all right, let's move forward.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe. Okay, I have a problem with this whole. I mean, and I'm sure everybody has an issue right now. Everybody's feeling this loss right now, and it's not only Kobe, but there were 9 people altogether.
I think there was 8. Yeah, 9.
Who?
Yeah, 9.
There was 9, well, including the pilot.
Yeah, right, 9 people.
So I'm just gonna share with you some things that I found out that I got a problem with. And this is why I'm setting it off about this. First of all, it's unfortunate that if you die with a celebrity, the celebrity's getting all the attention. Seems like people are forgetting there were other people other than Kobe on that helicopter. Okay? So that's one. There was another baseball coach who was on the helicopter with his wife and daughter.
Yeah.
Then there was like another coach, female. There was just like other people. There were other people. So rest in peace to all of their families. Okay, but I know that we're all feeling Kobe right now because sports fanatics all over the world. It's crazy. Now, my question is the weather was not suitable to go up in the air that day. And I was listening to the news and everything, and they said that LAPD had grounded their helicopters because it was so foggy and the visibility was very low. So that's like you ever drive in the fog? You can't see. That's not really a safe thing. And I know we're looking. Me personally, it's natural to kind of want to look for who is responsible. And I got into an argument today with a friend of mine about this because they were saying, now y'all got to tell me what you think about this. Everybody's like, okay, it was, excuse me, God's will. And, you know, don't nobody really want to hear that when their family has just died, right? So all this to say is, like, you never really know when it's your time, and you have to just live life and enjoy your life and hold your loved ones close, and, you know, don't put things off, and you just never really know. But my thing is, if the LAPD grounded their helicopters, why did this particular helicopter still go up? Now, there are certain precautions. I was reading that they allow people to fly under certain circumstances, like they have to be in constant contact with the air traffic control people, blah, 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 whatever it is, like a process for that. But still, I just don't understand. If the LAPD could ground their helicopters, then why was this helicopter allowed to go up? And it could have been avoided. That's how I feel personally about it. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but that's just how I feel. I feel like it could have been avoided. It wasn't safe.
Right. Dense fog.
Right. It just was not safe. So I have an issue with that. And this is not even I never met Kobe a day in my life. I've seen him on TV, but I can only imagine what his wife and family and everybody else's, you know, family is going through. And, you know, it's unfortunate. I don't want to talk about it too much longer, but rest in peace. Excuse me. Rest in peace to everyone who lost their lives. And, you know, Kobe is definitely going to be celebrated and remembered, and everybody has to just, I guess, try to remember the good times and remember his legacy, what he's left behind, all the knowledge, everything. Like, he was just a good person in general, you know. So, like I said, I'm setting it off on this particular, just because I have an issue with why they went up in the first place. If the fog was so dense, and, you know, it was not it was not that serious or important to get to that particular game. Right. You know, and I know that this was like a top of the line helicopter. He's flown several times. It's not like the first time, you know, that he's taken this particular helicopter, but it's just common sense sometimes.
Yeah, they were circling. At one point, they were circling, like, you know, the pilot. They were really low. Witnesses were saying that they were really low, like, I guess, right below the fog.
They were too low.
To circle, to try to, maybe find somewhere to safely land. Or that thing took me, man. My daughter came and said, "Dad, you know Kobe Bryant?" I said, "Yeah." She said he died, and then
it's crazy.
Initial reports, well, it was like him and his 4 daughters. That's what I
Yeah.
felt.
Oh no.
And that was hard.
Because
That was
first,
hard.
yeah, I heard
That's
it was
the
like
whole family.
it was like around 2:30ish, and I heard it. I mean, I saw it on the social media, and then I'm thinking to myself, God forbid, I hope that they inform the family, because you know how social media tends to take a life of its own, and I'm like, please tell me that his wife knows at least before y'all spreading this all over the media. And I think that's why they took so long to release everybody else's information, because they had to notify
They did
the
say
family.
That. They did.
But,
saying that too.
Somebody on my Facebook Live is telling me that I didn't hear this, but apparently that there was some sort of prediction of him
There
in
was
a helicopter
a video
crash.
that surfaced 2 years ago. I seen it on, and they were saying it was like Kobe's gonna die in a helicopter crash. I seen it on
Really?
Instagram yesterday, and then they were talking about it this morning on the news. 2 years ago, 2016 or 17, they made a video,
Really?
predicting that he's gonna
Look.
die in a helicopter crash.
I ain't trying to fight nobody, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like it could have been avoided. But, yes, when it's your time to go, it's your time and all that, but I'm just saying, I feel like it could have been avoided.
Helicopters just scary, man.
I'm not getting in no I'm sorry. Listen, there's been too many reports, like, over the last couple of years, I've been hearing all these, in New York, helicopter crash a couple times. I'm not, like, whatever desire that I've had to take
me
a
too.
helicopter ride is done.
Yeah, me
Sorry.
too. They got
Totally
them right
done.
there in Manhattan on the West Side Highway. I was on, considering taking a city tour.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, no, I'm good
I can
on
walk
ground.
and see. Yep.
It's bad enough. I could Google it and then put the satellite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sorry. I'm not getting on anybody's helicopter, but that's it. But again, I'm going to just end it there. Rest in peace to everyone. I don't know if anybody else has anything to set off about that we want to get into, but I think we need a little musical break after this one. And then we're going to get back and talk tax talk. I'm going to drop you guys the number again. 718-785-5760 is the phone number. Yeah, so we're talking about, it's tax season. That's what we're talking about today. And, we're going to help you get your life together.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to help you get your life together. And, I'm happy that Gage is here, because today is like the kickoff of tax season, and he really is busy, and he's taking the time to come here and speak to us about it. So we're gonna take a musical break, and then we'll be back with some tax talk. All right.
You're listening to In the Mix Prime with Lite N Lively.
Say goodbye.
You're listening to In the Mix Prime with Lite N Lively.
Yeah, for sure. Hey everybody, okay, we're back. So in case you don't already know, in case you missed it, we're talking about taxes. It's tax season, and I have an accountant in the building. Mr. Gage Nestor is here.
Hello.
This one over here. He's like,
Doing it.
T. Yeah. But so anyway, we have some questions, and I wanted to know about, all right, deductions, because I know last year I got screwed. I think everybody did. There were like some rules that changed, and they were saying, okay, you can't do these deductions anymore, and you can't do this, and you can't write off like the uniforms, and especially there's a lot of people that might work in a hospital or some sort of place where they wear uniforms, and they kind of want to write these things off, and now all of a sudden you can't. So how does that work?
Me. Well, in regards of the deductions, like it's like almost like people thought they were getting a lot of money for these deductions when they really weren't. It could probably be, your uniforms and all that stuff. You probably got like an extra $50, and you've been putting like $3,000 and all this stuff on. So these deductions really didn't make sense, and people were abusing it. So I guess, the IRS and legislation saw the abuse of it, so they decided to get rid of it. So which is
wait, hold on, pause. So because people were abusing the deductions is why they decided to get rid of it?
It really didn't. To tell you the truth, if you ask any accountant, we're happy about it.
No.
Because it was just
time consuming, right?
No, it's not only time consuming, it's because people thought it was something that's going to make a big difference,
yeah.
Which we know it didn't, but they thought it was because other people told them.
Right,
they always get misinformed. And then, and to tell you the truth, what they did was with some of the other deduction they gave them, you're better off. You're better off, and plus you had to itemize to get those deductions. So sometimes somebody will lie to you, say, "Oh yeah, I did all this," and really nothing happened.
Right.
So do you guys ask for proof? Because I have been audited. Just gonna put this out there. A couple years ago, when I had a different accountant, and I mean, it checked out. They asked me for certain paperwork. I was a student at the time, and there was a certain deduction that you got as a student, and I was able to give them what they needed. So what do you do to avoid getting audited? Because it is not fun.
Actually avoiding, sometimes people get scared. Sometimes it's literally an examination or something to verify. Yeah, so they just want you to verify some information. Sometimes as little as, especially last year, I found out some W-2s were done wrong by the employers or something, or a number. So then they just sent everybody a letter saying, "Oh, we need this, we need that," and people get scared.
Man, listen, you get a letter from the IRS.
Whenever it is, and sometimes people have to understand, especially when you have like your own business and stuff like that. You have to understand, you're telling them, "Okay, here's my income, here's my deductions." They have to believe you. So for them to believe you, they just want to sometimes verify, are you telling the truth or not? So basically that's it. So sometimes when people talk about an examination or they got audited or something, sometimes it's just something simple, like in your case, you're talking about the
I was a student, right?
Student. Sometimes there's just one box that was not clicked. If you were a graduate student, if you're not a graduate student, just because of that, they can ask you, "Hey, on your paper it said this, but you're..."
I think I had sent them the certificate or whatever it was, and to shut them up. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't lying. I'm really in school. You know what I'm saying? So there might be some misconceptions about these forms, because I know personally I get confused about this form, and I know people go on and they file their taxes themselves. I'm not comfortable doing that, because I personally feel like I'm not an expert, and if I miss something, I don't want nobody coming after me. So can we kind of go over the form, like the short form, the long form, and the deductions, these itemized things, like property, say, like if I have a property. And I don't understand that either with all these property taxes, as far as like the difference between maybe like a co-op and a house.
Oh, okay, yeah. So as far as the forms, is the long form, which is the 1040. The easy form, I know they have some new forms, but honestly, I don't use those forms because I always use the long form because it's so much easier. The other one is just, actually the new form is very basic now. And people who do, people who do their taxes on their own, I'm not gonna lie, there's some returns that are easy, but it's like you paying insurance with a car. You have somebody that's there, that's helping you, that could guide you. Not only tax season, it's funny how tax season comes in the beginning of the year. Maybe this is a time to reflect and do other stuff. It's not only about taxes. It's about, people always think about getting money back or stuff like that. But sometimes You have to think about budgeting, how you could, reflect. Like a lot of people do their vision boards and do all this stuff, financial budgets. They do it at January. That's perfect time when you're doing your taxes. So having an accountant, speaking to an accountant, that's what you're really paying for. Doing the taxes, it's, for us, it's a little easy. Some people might be complex, but then
well, you look at it all day. So like for the average person who's not used to, or whose mindset is really not into like numbers like that, then it could be a little bit more challenging because right.
Correct. And so that's what you want, somebody at ease. And then regarding like the property, some people want to buy houses, some people are thinking about it. That's the most important thing, because one thing everybody has to know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't be having, I want all these deductions so I could get money and taxes, and then when it comes to buying a house, the first thing the bank asks for, do you have income? People never think about that. Like, you want to show income. So all of a sudden they look at your tax return and say, you're not making money. You were not thinking about that when you got your extra and $500,000. So that $1,000 killed.
Okay, 500. Let me holler at you right quick. Like, how can I get a little extra? You know what I'm saying? But and my biggest thing is, as a single person with no children, filing. It's like, okay, what can I do other than bust out a baby?
There's absolutely nothing
to like not have to go through this thing. And I feel like it's so unfair for single people with no children. It's like almost like we get punished because we don't have a dependent, and I don't feel like that's fair, because if anything, okay, we still have expenses.
Kids cost money.
I know kids cost money, but so does rent. So if I have a property, that's my baby, as far as I'm concerned. So I may not have a child, but I do have a property. So what can I do to kind of like maximize on something like that? It just doesn't seem fair.
What the government did this year, since last year, they gave a higher deduction. So as somebody, for you that's single, it's about $12,200. So now the itemized part, you have to think, okay, now I need expenses more than $12,200. Sometimes that's really hard to get to, but it depends, like how much interest you have in your house. And there's only different type of things you can itemize now. It's either contributions, your house interest, the taxes, usually like state taxes and property tax, that's limited to $10,000, which is a killer. When I tell you it's a killer to a lot of people, that's what killed people. Like when I know, like how people say, the rich gets all these breaks, but that one really killed them. Like they got all this deduction. Now it's only limited to $10K. Like some places, like if you say Garden City, Valley Stream, that's property tax is already $10,000.
Right.
So imagine the rest of the money they don't get as a deduction when they used to. So that part is really bad.
I'm gonna drop the phone number right quick again if anybody has any questions. 718-785-5760. We have Gage in the building. He's an accountant. If you have any tax questions, I'm asking some questions. What I would like to know is, like, with these co-ops, because I have a co-op, not doing my business, and I really don't like the way they operate.
Yeah, they're...
How? Because they send you, I know it's shares, and they send, so I get a separate statement from the mortgage that I pay interest on mortgage, then I get a separate statement from the co-op.
Yeah, there's.
And it's like, so I'm paying, why do I have to pay all this money? So I'm paying the mortgage and all this interest and da-da-da. Then I got to pay the co-op because in the maintenance, the taxes are included in the maintenance. So I feel like I don't know what exactly I'm paying for. Or or the amount rather. And then you get like the star exemption. So my thing is, do I have to report that as income? So for those of you who don't know, if you own a property, in Nassau, there's like a star exemption where because stars, like I don't have any children in the schools there. So I get some sort of like
Did you
break.
get a check? You got a check. So what happens is on your on your when you're doing your tax return, it's not you treat it as income. You just lower your real estate tax deduction. So like if your deduction was 5,000, you know, you lower it by the check amount you got, and so you just reduce it. So it's really, and sometimes like now, it's really not going to be an effect to you. It's not going to really affect you because, you know, with that.
So I don't
limitation,
report that as income?
No, you just technically you are, because you're reducing your real estate tax deduction. So instead of getting like let's say a $5,000 deduction, you have to put it as 4,000. You know, so it's really
not that big of a deal.
No, it's not a big deal.
Because I'm always confused. I'm just like, okay, they sent me a check. Then you be like confused. Like, should I even cash this check? Because you know they're going to try to come back after you somehow, some way. So that's basically the way I'm looking at it. Like, okay.
And you probably didn't, to tell you the truth, you probably didn't even get a real deduction for the real. So it really works. It probably worked out for you anyway. So it worked.
No clue. And okay, so let's talk about business taxes for a second, because that's the flip side, right? So Gage did help me file my Lite N Lively LLC. You know, I am definitely a corporation, you know. So what is the benefit of doing that?
Well, like it says, LLC Limited Liability Corp. You
just in general, we don't necessarily need to talk about me, but in general, people file for LLCs. Like, why would you file for an LLC
like,
as opposed to like a S corp or this different type of corporations?
Well,
like CK1, he's a DJ.
No, I have an LLC.
You have an LLC, okay.
Yeah. So to us, like the accountants, we always ask you where you live. Like sometimes, like if you're doing like what you're doing right now, the LLC is good. But like sometimes if you have like an absorbent amount of money coming in, and you live in Long Island, I would suggest an S corp. People in the city, most likely, I'll tell them to do an LLC, and it's all dealing with. It's going to get kind of technical. It's all dealing with taxes and how things are treated. New York City is a killer. They always have extra taxes for everything. So, so as far as like New York City, you know, I would tell you to do an LLC, and it's all about self-employment. Taxes and stuff like that, that could kill somebody. So when you're having a business, the first thing I always say is make sure you're doing it the right way. Make sure you, like you did, it was very good. You asked so many questions. That was like the best thing. It was like, you know, you wanted to know every step by step. A lot of people just go, let me do an LLC and stuff like that, and don't even know what they're really doing. Or they do a corporation, don't really know what they're doing. But it's good to understand, and you should take advantage. And a lot of people take advantage of that, especially if that's your only stream of income and stuff like that. So people really, and that's why you pay an accountant. Like if you want to know, like I had 2 sisters, they're starting a new business. They were asking me tons and tons of questions, which is the right way to do it. Some people, they come in, we do a budget for them. We do a budget for it because sometimes you have to be real with people. I'm like, you think this is going to work? Because taxes is the biggest thing. Sometimes taxes, payroll, you're paying somebody. Like some people have different type of jobs. Like, is this really going to work? The amount of money you're making, you know, in your business, is it going to help you? Is it going to support your, you know, your personal life? And sometimes it's always the taxes that really, really kill you. And let me tell you the number one thing, us as everybody always wants a hookup or something like that, and then we try to, you know, we take less money than we're supposed to. As a DJ, you're good examples. Sometimes people want to, oh yeah, can you do it for this? But nobody's thinking about. And let's say you're doing this. I don't know if you do this.
He does this. That's his thing. That's
this
what
is your
he
thing.
does.
Yeah. So nobody's talking about your pension, your retirement. Nobody's telling you about you.
Exactly.
You need that money. You need that money too. So
y'all hear me out there? Y'all listening?
Yeah. So sometimes undercutting yourself is not really good. Like restaurants, like sometimes when I go to a restaurant, people come, oh my, this is a lot of money. Me, I'm like, damn, you know how much sales tax they have to pay, how much this and that they have to pay workers. Like people don't understand that. So we as individuals need to start thinking like, you know, don't let nobody rip you off, but you got to understand people's prices and why. So I think that's very important, and when people are starting a business, that's what they need to do.
Okay, we got a call. Caller, you there? Hello? Phone. The phone just rang. I can't hear. Hello, can you hear me? No. Okay, call back if you, well, let me see. Hold on. We gon' It's on? Alright, so we just had a call. It sounds like she's on the line. I'm not sure what's happening. We got a technical difficulty. Okay, call, I'm sorry. Can you call back? We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Alright. So, what I wanted to ask is, okay, as I say, like a LLC. Alright, we're gonna try this one more time. Caller, you there? Hey, Luke. Okay, I don't know. Not sure what's happening. Is the line up? Yep. We are? Okay, there we go. Hello? She can't. I'm not sure what's going on with the phone right now. The phone is on, right?
Yep, it's on.
All right, we got people trying to call. We're having a little technical difficulty. Sorry, I was going to ask, before I start coughing, like say a lease vehicle. So for example, would it be better for me, because I'm using my vehicle for business for the most part, like CK, he gets around, you know, he got to take his equipment and what have you. What is it like better to lease as opposed to finance?
Yes,
because
definitely
right
lease.
now I'm leasing, but I kind of feel like eventually I'm going to want to keep it. Or is it because you don't feel like
It's almost like a car rental. If you really think about it, leasing is like car rental because you're renting the car and you have to give it back. So leasing is very, very good. Like he's a perfect example. Yeah, he gets probably 80% of his lease he could probably take because that's what he uses his car for. So,
Okay, so I would write that off. What would that? How?
yeah, well, you know, but remember,
but-
everybody always talking about the write-off, but we have to remember there's the income part to it too.
Yeah.
So you have to, once you have income, you're just writing it off from your income. A lot of people think it's some dollar for dollar thing. Like let's say you have gas of $300. They think they should get $300 back. It doesn't work that way.
I know
It's always
that.
I know. But you know, some people think, oh, do I get that money back? No, they always forget the income part. First, you need income, and then your goal is to pay as little taxes as possible. So what are you doing is trying to get all the deductions to reduce the income, hence to give you a lower tax to pay. Because when you have a business, this is the one thing they never tell you. You got to pay tax. It's not that W-2 where you get the money and you're going to get money back. You're not getting money back anymore.
Right.
You just want to reduce the amount of tax you're going to pay.
So what I want to ask is, okay, there's a certain percentage as a entrepreneur that you're supposed to set aside for taxes. What's the figure? Like what do they say? Like 10%? Like every time you make something?
Well, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's about, because
Okay, I'm lost. Okay,
Okay.
well,
let's just say the person made $50,000 in income. Already, just think about it. Just 15.3, that's the self-employment tax, because there's two taxes. There's self-employment, which is the Social Security and Medicare. That part, you have to pay your portion, and you have to pay what people usually pay, and then you have to match it. So the 7.65, you have to match it. So you have to pay that, and then comes the regular tax. So doesn't matter. That's 15, and then you got another
Okay.
another
Wait a minute.
10. Then you got New York, and then like that's what I'm saying. Then New York.
why? That's the other thing. So I found that in Nassau, you don't have to pay city tax.
Correct. Yeah, but your real estate taxes is
Right, so it's pretty much the same.
yeah. It's almost the same thing. It's almost the same. It's literally, unless you live in you know, the school districts that are not too Like,
I just would like to know why I got to go through all this if I don't have any children in a school district, because Nassau taxes is off the chain.
Yes.
It's like 10, 15, 17. I've seen certain things where the taxes are like ridiculous, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't got no kids in none of your schools, so I don't really feel like it's fair that I got to pay. But I guess that's why they have the STAR program to relieve some of that.
Yep, and some.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna try to see if we can figure out what's going on behind the scenes with the phone line, because I see some people calling in. We will be right back.
You're listening to In the Mix Prime with Lite N Lively.
Mocha Fest's own DJ Club Killer CK1.
Yes. Ooh. We're back. Okay. Yeah, we needed some soca. Soca's always good. So, we're back and we're talking about taxes with Mr. Gage in the building. Before we run out of time, I just want you to give the people, if you don't mind, because I know you're already swamped. So sorry. But give them your information. If they need taxes done, if they need to some help, advice, how can people contact you?
All right. My information is, you could get it on my website, www.gagetax.com, GAGETAX.com.
I hope y'all know how to spell tax. Go ahead.
Yeah. Or you could reach me at Nestor, Nestor, at gagetax.com. And anything, if you want to talk about taxes, you want to talk about a new business. A lot of people like doing new business, and also budgeting. But I think that's the biggest thing I do, and a lot of people always find really worthy is doing budgets. So if you like that, I'm here to talk.
All right, we got a caller. Caller, you there?
Hello?
There you go. Hi, how are
Hello?
you? Yes. It's Lite N Lively in the Mix Prime. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello. I can
Hello?
hear you. I don't know if she hung up. Okay, caller, we heard you, so I'm not sure what happened, but you can give us a call back. Okay, so Gage was giving his website, www.gagetax.com. That's pretty simple, and y'all should know how to spell tax by now.
Yep, and like I say, everything business. If you want to start a business, do some budgeting, tax work. If you want to start talking, have connections to real estate agents.
All right, we're gonna try. Caller, you there? Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but if
Yes.
you can, my question was to the accountant, and we wanted to know if immigrants, before they get their green card, should they file their taxes?
Oh, that's a good question.
An immigrant? What? I didn't.
She said an immigrant, before they get their green card, if they should file their taxes.
As long as they got a social security number, they're good. And if they don't have a social security number, they live in here. There's sometimes a lot of people, they get married, and when they get married, they're filing for citizenship. What they need to do is file. There's a W-7, I believe. I'm almost positive it's a W-7. That's to file for a TIN number, a temporary identification number. Mm-hmm. So try to get that. Especially if it's November, December, you're getting married, try to do that paperwork as soon as possible. So the next year you can file with them married, and it'll be a great benefit if you do that.
So that's the question I got right now. The married filing joint and separate. Mm-hmm. Is it better to file?
It's always better to file joint, because you lose. A lot of people think if they have kids, first of all, it's the wrong way to do it, but a lot of people do it. They'll take one kid, the other one take another kid, and then
split the household.
Yeah, split, and then they do head of household. They're not filing married filing separately. They're filing
as
head of household.
Both are filing.
Head of household. So they're not doing that. So it's the wrong way to do it. And sometimes you get caught up. And this is what I tell you. Every time there's always something you get caught up. Now it's time for the kids. It happened to a client. Kids go to school now. They're applying for college. And you know the kids, they're doing their FAFSA and all that stuff. What do they put on their stuff? Mommy and daddy are married. Right. And that happened to a client of mine's. The kid put married. So now when they looked at the FAFSA paper, they were like, this person said that you married, but you have all these separate papers. Yes. So they were going to a prestigious school. So now the parents had to redo their tax return in order for their kid to get
to file joint.
Yeah, because that's what they really were. So because they messed up and they owed a lot of money. They owed a lot of.
Oh wow!
But because so sometimes you got to talk to your kids. Like, to
kids don't really know any better. Yeah, well, they don't know anything about.
There's instances where they're split, and like happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah. And she was insisting on filing. And I was like, well, you filed last year. You know what I'm saying? This year is my year. And, so sometimes people go through that. Like
all the time.
Both filed for head of household.
Yeah, I did.
Conversation.
Okay, I'm confused about this whole head of household. Explain, please, what exactly does head of household mean? Okay. Because my thing is, if I'm paying everything in the house, I'm head of household. Even if I don't got, look, from my point of view, even if I don't got no dependents, I'm head of household because I'm holding it down. So now what?
Yeah, that's the most confusing wording they have. Head of household. Head of household, you have to have a dependent. Without a dependent, you're not a head of household. Just because you own the house, a lot of people, it's confused.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm head of household.
Who brings in the most money? Has the right to. It's better for them to file as head of household because they have the higher income.
Yeah. Sometimes when I tell people that are not married, head of household versus single, because only one person could file head of household for a kid.
Really?
Right.
So usually I'll tell the person, if you're doing something, the single person, the person that's filing with the child, you do it single and let the person without the child file head of household if you're trying to do an even split, because you'll find benefits in both ways.
Well, y'all laughing at stuff I don't know about right now. Okay, I'm not in that club, so I'm not really. Okay,
you had a household, man.
So wait a minute. So put it this way. So say like I have a parent that I'm taking care of.
Yep, you could file head of household.
Even if they not technically in the same house.
Yeah, you can file for them. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But even if they on disability.
Yeah, you're taking care of them, right?
Where's the proof?
No, that's
just trying to act. Listen, nobody asked you. I'm just saying because these are things that come up like legitimate.
Paperwork.
Look. So because
sometimes like a parent, they're in a nursing home. So
that's easy to prove. But what if
but what's the difference between a nursing home and some people are out of the country? But
you're taking care of them.
You're taking care of them.
And you're
but
sending.
They're remember they're citizens. They're American citizens.
Okay.
Not no.
You start getting the wrong ideas over here. Good.
No, I got some. I got
beat
American.
The system this year. I'm gonna beat the system.
We'll talk behind the scenes about that.
Going from single to head of household is it could be a big difference in people's tax return.
So head of household. You have to have a dependent,
correct.
But it doesn't necessarily need to be your child.
Yeah, it could be your mom.
Yeah, it could be
If my car is a dependent, I'm just saying, what do you consider a dependent? It has to be a human being?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking.
These are the technical, we need to know. I want to know, you know what I'm saying?
So my nail polish and perfume.
Oh,
they can't.
No, and it's funny you talk. Remember when we were talking about people doing when people are doing their taxes for free? It amazed me when people just do it. Like I had some clients, right? I was like, "Why you filed it? You have your brother. Why you filed it single?" Oh, I didn't know because I was just doing it for free.
Let's say I have a roommate.
Got him extra $2,000, and he was like, "Damn."
Okay, so explain that.
Wait. I'm talking about what if you have a roommate and you're covering the. I'm just throwing that don't. Okay, I was just trying to see.
Can you explain that? What you just said, like he wasn't alone. He had a brother.
King Biz, shout out to King Biz.
His brother wasn't filing though, right? The other person.
The brother, but his brother was living with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so his brother was living with him, and he was actually like helping pay for school and stuff like that. Yeah, but when you're reading the questions, it says, "What are you?" He's gonna put single. So this is the reason why sometimes when people are doing their returns
they don't know
by themselves, it's kind of difficult.
All these little words is technicalities. So because so put it. Let's say you're not married yet, and let's say you're engaged, right? I'm just putting it out there. Let's just say
she have to beat the system.
I'm not asking for me. Hypothetically speaking, per se, you have, and say like your significant other. You're not technically married yet, but say technically you're holding it down for head of household.
You could do that. But if you do,
all right, there you go. For those of you who ask, let's hope this phone works.
Yeah.
Caller, hello, are you there?
Hello.
Can you hear us? Hello.
So I have a question, because I feel like Lite N Lively's question wasn't heard just now. Because she asked, what if you have a roommate? But she was trying to say something else afterwards, right? So I'm gonna extend on that question. What if you live with somebody who is your partner, but y'all are not married? How does that head of household work? You're not filing together.
Is he working?
So would it not matter because you don't?
Is your partner working?
He get money. He get money. He get money.
Is the question? Is partner's working, but
they get money.
I cannot hear you guys.
The partner is working. I don't know why. We can hear her fine. I'm not sure what's. Yeah. Caller, if I know you're listening, we can hear you when you call. I'm not sure why you can't hear us. So, we heard the question. So, Gage, answer that question.
Yeah, if the partner's not working, I have a couple people that they're holding it down for their significant other. You're head of household. You're helping this person. Person's not filing. I don't see there's no reason why not to.
Okay, so that means
tricky. I guess you gotta come sit with the man, though. You can't just get everything over the phone. You gotta come sit with him and go over things, and he's gonna sort it out for you properly. You know what I mean? Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
You're gonna screw up.
Okay, so what is your pet peeve as an accountant? Because I feel y'all paying. I know this time of year. What is the biggest pet peeve that you want people to know not to do?
Don't tell me your friend said or your friend told you. Because there's a lot of people. Oh yeah, but my friend told me that you could listen. I bet you don't go to your friend when you have a pain in your stomach or you have your finger hurts. You don't know if it's broken or not. You don't go, oh, but my friend told me it might be a sprain.
Specialist.
Yes, you go to the doctor, you go see them.
Right.
So when you tell me, oh, my friend told me this, my friend said I could get higher if I do, no, let me see first. Don't tell me. Like, I listen to people, sometimes I'm like, oh, really? Sometimes there's unique situations. I heard this. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, but my friend told me this. If it's something smart, if you're telling me something like, oh, I could get higher or something, that's the parts.
So do you ever feel like saying, well, if you can get higher, then you can go to that person?
Yeah, no, I do tell them because I'm like, yeah, listen,
because
if you get higher,
it's like I hate when people try to tell me, oh, so you're trying to tell me how to do my job, even though I've been doing my job for 29 years. Yeah. I can only imagine how he feeling, but okay, so don't tell the experts about you can get more money.
But there's some things like I said, there's some things like let me tell you, accountant don't know everything. Like I'm one of them. I don't know everything. There's certain fields. Like I can tell you one thing, we learn like a lot of things like with the military and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that is kind of tricky. I know it, but there's certain things I had to learn on my own. It's like sometimes somebody comes with a unique, you're like, wow, I never thought about that. So then you have to look, especially with business returns, and there's complication with that. Sometimes, when people selling houses and in the business aspect of it. It
could get real tricky.
Yeah, it could get real tricky. And sometimes, we don't know. I tell them, oh, listen, I can get back to you. So don't think that, some people say like sometimes,
right.
Oh, yeah, this guy's a great accountant. Oh, he could get you. Like when somebody says, I said, no, don't tell me I could get the money back. I'm going to get you what you could get. Right. I'm just going to advise you. My thing is advising. That's my person to drive. Yep, I tell you what to do. I navigate you. Yeah. If you get money, you get money. if you, especially newcomers,
A lot of times,
a lot of newcomers, they owe money and they say, "Oh, this guy made me owe." No, I didn't make you owe. I was not there last year. Trust me.
That's what I was gonna ask. Gage.
Okay.
I was gonna say, because I knew a girl. Everybody went to her because she'll get you.
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of these people
They probably got audited, right?
owing money back, man. But she'll get you like. She was really good at it.
Yeah, but sometimes that's what the thing. Some people say, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." No, that was what you were gonna get.
Yeah, this was a few years ago. I mean, the laws changed. Everything.
Yeah, so now she can't do it. So that's why. Me,
This
I'm
was a few
glad
years
I never
ago,
told people that okay, how come you're not getting the same money back? It was not me.
Yeah.
And then circumstances change, and then I think a lot of times people don't understand the
Like
tax laws change.
Yeah,
And
tax
we
laws.
don't know. Listen, I'm not paying attention to tax law. I don't care, and that's why I go to someone like him because you're supposed to know that. So my thing is, if something come back on my taxes, I feel like I'm not responsible because you're the expert. I'm not the expert, so I'm not supposed to know certain things.
And the other thing is always give everything. Sometimes a lot of people, that's the thing that's annoying because in the summertime, when I get all those letters from I got this letter from the IRS. Remember, guys, this one thing, and this is New York's fault because I don't know why New York don't send emails or something to remember. A lot of people who have unemployment, they used to send you in the mail the unemployment papers and stuff like that. Now you have to download it online. Everything's online. You have to download. And some people don't remember.
Because you have to pay tax on that.
Yep, you have to pay tax on it.
Which
so,
sucks, but you're already unemployed. But you know what?
Yeah. Your 401ks, people, please. Please, people borrowed the money in January, February of like this year, and then they forgot all about it.
Oh, no, I didn't borrow no money, sorry.
They don't give you the paperwork because they forgot about it. Because sometimes, and it's not their fault too. They have letters. They send you the same letter, and you just throw it away because you thought it was junk, and you forgot about that. You had to put that on your tax return.
Wow.
Then it comes back. It comes back at you. You have to. Yep, there's income, and then you got the penalty.
I know a little bit.
And you got the penalties. A lot of people.
He just mentioned 401k, and I'm like, damn. So you got to wait too for a 401k statement, right?
Yep. You have to if you took money out.
If you took money out.
Yeah, only if you took money out. You don't have to wait for it. It's
okay. So wait, I have a question, and we only have 5 minutes left, so let me try to make this quick. So for health benefits, for some reason, I mean, I get a statement, but I don't actually pay into my health benefits. My job pays for my health benefits. Is it detrimental if I do not report that because I technically am not paying for it?
It's just a checkbox. And actually, this year they got
doesn't really matter.
rid of that penalty and all that stuff. So we don't have to file for it anymore this year. You're still gonna get the statement. Yeah. Okay. You're still gonna get the statement, but it has no effect this year. They changed that. That was one big thank God. They changed because there were some people that used to get these premiums, and it used to be a pain.
So we're about to run out of time, but listen, I wanted him to come on because a lot of questions people have about taxes. People don't really understand taxes, and I thought it was important for Gage to come and shed a little bit of light on that. Unfortunately, we had a little technical difficulty with the phone tonight, but it's okay. You can always reach him. Give them your information one more time, please.
It's www.gagetax.com. You'll find all the information there, or you could email me at gnnestor@gagetax.com.
He's like, he ain't giving that number out.
Oh no, the number, because that's the whole day. Because sometimes people will be sending me their taxes, and now, Gage, are you done with the taxes? Because if I get calls all day, and
all right, what's a reasonable? This is the last question.
Yeah,
because we got 3 minutes. What's a reasonable amount of time? Turnaround time for me to get my taxes, because I had an accountant where I used to be pissed why do I make an appointment and I'm sitting in here for like 2-3 hours? Why do I have to sit here and then you overbook and then this person is like, how long
I don't do
typically
that. I don't do that.
Does it take for you to sit with a person and go through their taxes?
Oh, within half an hour, 45 minutes, because they're gonna have questions. So
why am I sitting there? Well, this is why I'm not.
No,
with that person
the thing
anymore.
I do is usually I'll tell the person to give me the thing beforehand, and then we'll meet up and we'll go over it.
And then you review it.
Yep, review it, because doing it, you guys. it's kind of funny looking at you guys, just looking at us, and we're looking at you, looking at
Right,
us,
so
and
it
it just
makes
feel uncomfortable.
It
You're
makes
looking at
no
our
sense to me.
walls. You're like, oh wow, this, oh wow, and you
have
just
snacks?
don't know what to do.
You have snacks like I ain't
Yes,
have dinner
yes,
yet.
yes. Everybody knows about my Twix, my
Oh,
Snickers.
you do
yeah.
have snacks. I was kidding.
Yeah. No,
I might just
no.
visit the office anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the snacks.
No, but real talk. Thank you for coming and shedding
problem,
some
no
light on
problem.
that. And like I said, I brought him on because I personally have dealt with him, and it was so easy. He made it like super easy for me to file my business paperwork, and he was referred to me by a friend. So I just wanted him to come on, and we definitely can be here all night talking about taxes. But we gotta go. Trying to get that goddamn heart attack right now. Level up. Oh wait. So we got King Biggs in the building. He's up next for Level Up Mondays. He's here from 7 to 9. He got a little background question.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yes.
The new tax reform thing they just did, where they're gonna be going by your tax history. I saw
Texas
something
Ray.
on the news where they're talking about now they're gonna.
Oh, the W4s, the one for.
No, they're gonna go. They're gonna go by. They're gonna
Come
base everything.
up.
They're,
Cause
they're supposed to be basing everything off of your
income.
past history.
let him.
Off of that, I saw
Right there.
something on the news about it. They was talking. It was 2 days ago, 3 days
Really?
ago.
Hold on. King Biggs is got a question.
Yeah, because I.
So you just dipping into your showtime, just letting you know. Go ahead. All right.
At this point, yeah. No, I saw something on the news in regards to they're saying something about your taxes now,
Yeah.
where if you have a past history of owing money, they're gonna.
I think it's the W4 you're talking about, because now, like, some people who work regular jobs, they changed it, because people used to put those exemptions, like 10 exemptions, 11
Right.
they got rid of that. So now you have to put a specific amount, like if you, and, which is good, because a lot of people who come to me, if I have a married couple coming in and they
Right.
just got married, and you change it to married one, married two, I already know you're gonna owe. So I'm like, damn, okay, how am I gonna tell these people they're gonna owe? So now they have the new forms that you have to put an amount and they have to times it. It's kind of, a lot of people have been calling me about it now.
I saw it on the news and I was like, wait a minute.
To tell you the truth,
I
that's
didn't
like one
see
of the
that.
things when I was telling you, like sometimes you don't know it, and then a client called me about it. I was like, oh, they got a new one? So I went there,
See.
I saw it, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know about it.
Ever
It might be
changing,
that.
yo.
They changed that.
Yeah. Because I was meaning to actually text you and to get the answer, because I didn't know if I was gonna be in enough time. But
See, that's the thing. Like,
but I got your number now.
Okay, yes.
so we know how to find him now.
Yes.
But so, all right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you for having me here.
Gosh, we have like so many more questions, but fortunately, we gotta run. Up next, King Biggs, Level Up Mondays. CK1, thank you. And
Good job.
If you missed the show, it will be available on lightandlively.com. I will put the show up when I get it for
Sounds
you guys.
like a tax deduction right there.
Show enough, because I'm about to go home and look through my little expenses, because I have to pay for the domain,
Yup, exactly.
and all that extra stuff. So and the PO box, so the stalkers can't find me, and etc. So I have expenses that I need to definitely Light and Lively LLC off on a deduction thing, but. All right. So thank you again to everybody who tuned in. We covered Grammys. We covered Kobe. Shout out and rest in peace to all the families that were affected, that lost their lives in that tragic helicopter crash. And we'll be back next week, God willing. We'll make it back here.
That's right, God willing.
God willing.
That's right.
We'll make it back, and just don't take things for granted, people. If there's one thing that I'm gonna leave you with, live your life
To the fullest.
to the fullest. Yeah, you know how to do that.
Travel. Come to Mocha Fest with me.
We gonna work on that. Don't tempt me. But anyway, King Biggs up next. Level Up Mondays. All right, guys, we are out.
Sick.